Oprah. Hi, Madam Vice President.
Hi,
It's nice to be with you all.
Yes.
Hi.
And so, what did you want to say to the Vice President?
So, Madam Vice President, we are, like many, many young Americans, just experiencing a very high cost of living. We ended up giving up our apartment, moving in with our parents who were so gracious to take us in for over a year so that we could save money and ultimately buy a home, because that's what we thought the American dream was, to get married and buy a home and have a baby. And now here we are, and our mortgage is incredibly higher than what we thought it would be. And my sister and our brother-in-law are living with us right now so that they can hopefully one day do the same. And while it's beneficial for us because they help us pay off some of our mortgage, it's also beneficial for them because they can save on cheaper rent. But we really would love to know what your plan is to help lower the cost of living.
Yeah, first of all, thank you both for being here. And yours is a story I hear around the country as I travel. And in terms of both rightly having the right to have aspirations and dreams and ambitions for your family, and working hard and finding that the American dream is, for this generation and so many recently, far more elusive than it's been. And we need to deal with that. And there are a number of ways. One is bringing down the cost of everyday necessities, including groceries. So that's why I'm taking on, for example, price gouging, which is when, most companies and corporations are good, but for those bad ones, they take advantage of people, especially during a pandemic or extreme weather, and they end up jacking up prices, and there needs to be accountability and consequence for that. So I'm going to be taking on price gouging. But it's also about dealing with what we need to do around home ownership, right? So as someone mentioned during this film, look, I grew up a child of a mother who worked very hard. She raised me and my sister, and she saved up, and by the time I was a teenager, she was able to buy a home. And we grew up actually for a long time in an apartment on top of a child care center that was owned by the woman we called our second mother, because she helped my mother raise us. And she was a small business owner, Miss Shelton. So I'll bring all this together to tell you the way I think about it is, one, when people work hard and have a dream of buying a home, we should give you the opportunity to be able to do that, which is why part of my plan is for first-time homeowners, buyers, to have a $25,000 down payment assistance to buy your first home. Because people just need to be able to get their foot in the door, and then you'll do the hard work. Part of my plan is what we need to do to support small businesses, because my second mother was a small business owner, and I love our small businesses and our small business owners. They are not only business leaders, they are community leaders. They mentor, they hire locally, and we have so many entrepreneurs in our country who have great ideas, incredible work ethic, but not necessarily access to capital, because not everybody, like my opponent, was handed $400 million on a silver plate that he filed bankruptcy 6 times on. And so part of my plan is to give startup small businesses a $50,000 tax deduction to start up their small business. Right now it's $5,000. Nobody can start a small business with $5,000. So that's part of my plan.
That's a teeny-tiny business.
That's a business in
teeny-tiny business.
It's a concept of a business, right?
Yes.
You know where I'm going. That's right. And
it's still on paper with the $5,000.
Right.
It's still on paper.
It just hasn't happened, right? Part of to speak to you guys and your family and your dreams is what we need to do around giving middle-class families tax breaks. And so part of my plan is also to extend and expand the child tax credit to $6,000 so that you can, in the first year of your child's life, have the resources to be able to buy a crib and a car seat and clothes for your baby, knowing that's such an extraordinarily important time in their development, and you shouldn't have to worry about how you're going to take care of their basic needs. All of this and more is part of what I plan to build, and I call it an opportunity economy. And it's basically about creating opportunities, knowing so many people have the ambition, have the aspirations, are working hard, but just need opportunity.
Okay. That's enough. Bro, she went on for 5 whole minutes. It was really longer than 5 whole minutes. I had to stop it. I was just getting tired of it. I was just... You know, funny thing is, I had a conversation with someone yesterday about this, and they brought it up to me, actually. And this is a person who isn't really political, don't really like politics too much. They try to stay away from it. But they were like, you know what? I'm actually feeling pretty encouraged, you know? And I was like, what do you mean? And then they were like, you know what? Never mind. I don't want to, you know, I'm assuming they felt like they were going to like jinx the situation, whatever. But then they were like, you know, I was like, no, explain. They were like, no, I watched the Kamala thing. I was like, what Kamala thing? Like, what are you talking about? The interview with Oprah, and she just rambled on and on. And this is not a political person. And apparently that clip popped up on their feed at some point in time on some social media platform. I didn't even ask. Maybe I should have. But yeah, when you are rambling on for 5 whole minutes about a bunch of nothing, the woman asked, how are you going to lower costs? And you went on a tangent about a bunch of government handouts, not lowering the cost of anything. Just handing stuff out, like $25,000 tax credit for first-time home buyers, which wouldn't even actually benefit them because they already bought a house. And it wouldn't actually benefit anyone because it would just raise the price of the house by $25,000. But I want you guys to see this panel that the Daily Mail conducted with some black voters and listen to what they had to say. Check it out.
Hand up if you think the economy is better under Trump. And hands up if you think the economy is better under Biden and Harris. Right. Okay, 7-1. That's pretty clear.
The truth. I'm not saying he's like, of course, yeah, like they're saying has best. He still has a business mindset. I think that lended somewhat. And I think, yes, the trickle down of whatever previous stuff. And I think he just handles certain things a little better.
Who does?
Trump.
Those?
He provided more jobs, more opportunities.
Similar.
Even though he didn't have any experience in politics, but he came in and did a much better job. If you look at the statistics now, we're far more worse now than we were before.
Firstly, I just want to ask a general question about Harris. Then we're going to show some clips of the debate. What's your biggest hesitation about voting for Kamala Harris?
Just, is she going to be able to do the things that she says she's going to be able to do? That's, you know what I mean? Just, is she going to be able to do it? That's my big hesitation. Is she going to be able to get it past Congress? You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yep.
You know.
Mikhail, how about you?
Everything that glitters ain't gold.
Yeah, for sure.
It looks great on paper, but I'm not sure it could translate to politics, and if she'll even be able to get it passed.
Haywood?
My thing is her strength. That's my focus with her. You know, is she gonna be able to take a punch and give 1 or 2 back? You know, I that's my biggest thing. And it has nothing to do with her gender, ladies, okay? But you have, we talking about the highest office in the land.
Yeah. If it was Michelle Obama, I would feel totally different.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I told y'all. Y'all remember I said this a while back. I was like, if it's Michelle Obama, it's gonna be a hell of a fight. We are going to have one AT double hockey sticks of a fight on our hands. Politically, not physically, right? Just politically. Because Michelle Obama is going to pull a bunch of black people simply because she's black and she's part of the Obama, family. Now, thankfully they didn't, but, here we are.
And that's what I'm saying.
You can't be weak and hold that off.
Yeah, like if you put her next to Michelle Obama, it's like...
Or Hillary Clinton.
Or Hillary Clinton, it's like it's no comparison on the strength that I think Michelle Obama or Hillary Clinton would have against her. They would eat her up.
How did Harris come across then? How did she do up against him? Hayward says there, big personality. How did she do? How did she come across?
She kept saying that she's a warrior, she's gonna fight, but I don't know if you're as strong as. I mean, I get it what you feel, but I don't think you are as like a warrior, like fighter, like she says she is.
Right.
That's just my opinion. Not that I don't think she doesn't care, and like I said, she used a lot of appealing to emotion, like anecdotal, like anecdotal evidence instead of like she used some facts, but just like to like appeal to people like, hey, I'm just like, to try to get people on her side.
I don't think the bar was set pretty high when it comes to that. When it comes to her speaking, I believe the last debate with Biden set it really low. So I believe she did a lot better than Biden. But that's pretty much what I got from them.
They're both old. Biden is old. Trump is old. We need to get some young folks in there that knows, have an idea of what's going on now. So that's my.
Yeah, it was several times where he kept like referring to her as they. Like he almost didn't even address her. Like he kept saying Biden. He didn't say her name at all.
Yeah, or like that's your boss. Basically, that's your boss. Like you're just doing what Biden wants to do.
Yeah, and it does make you wonder, right? Because it's kind of like he's saying stuff like y'all just ousted him, and I'm like, well, that's not what happened. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, what if that is what happened? And like now she's the figurehead, So it's difficult to jump on board 100% because you do kind of like you've seen it. We've lived through now, multiple elections and we've seen how they turned out. So as a person, I do think she's a better person than he is overall character wise. And that's why, more people I think are leaning towards her. I don't know if that 100% means she'll do a better job in the office.
Final question on Harris in this debate then. From what you've seen so far, put your hand up if you think she's strong enough. Keep your hand down if you've got doubts whether she's strong enough. So put your hand up if you think Harris is strong enough.
Yes.
I think she's strong enough.
Yeah, just like enough. Yeah. Just enough. Yeah.
It's just right strength. It's that strength that everybody see in the beginning. Is it gonna last throughout her 4 years?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She looked good against Mr. Trump. I don't know, I didn't see it. But when you have to face these other leaders from these other countries, are you gonna have what it takes to stand there and throw punches like they throw a punch?
Yeah.
I'm hearing more doubts even from those who got their hands.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's strong enough, just enough.
Now.
And these are black folks, right? You're supposed to have black folks, very, very easily. You're supposed to have black folks at like a 90% clip. She ain't getting that. Black people are even questioning her. And she's supposed to be black, right? So I think when you have something like that going on, it really spells doom. And then, when you have a situation where you're asking for another debate when you didn't want to accept any other debates to begin with, because remember, Trump accepted 3 different debate venues, Fox, ABC, and NBC. Kamala said no to Fox and NBC and only accepted the ABC one. And now she wants a CNN debate. Now, like that's going to be part of the news coverage here today and over the next couple of days. And they're going to try to say Trump is a chicken and he doesn't want to debate because he lost. But if you have a lead, if you already have your opponent beat, why do you need to step on another debate stage? Especially when the first one was rigged. If I'm Trump, I'm saying I had agreed to a Fox debate that you just didn't want to accept. You ignored it completely. So if we're going to do a debate, it's going to be on my terms at Fox with Jesse Waters and, I don't know, Greg Gutfeld, I guess. And that's that. If you want to debate, Fox. Take it or leave it. Because I don't need it. You do. And hey, listen, it's stand on business, Trump. Stand on business. If I'm Trump, I'm not debating her unless it's on Fox. Simple and plain. And even then, it's still questionable. But that's just my humble opinion on it. Y'all let me know your thoughts, your opinions. I think she's a sinking ship at this point in time. And November 5th, we'll tell the true story. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.